Hello everybody and welcome back once again to another battle report from War Dog Gaming Battle Reports. I bid you all welcome. Alright, so now we're back with game number 2 from the mini tournament that we had last weekend. And this is also practice game number 2 that we will see. So once again I'm gonna play the rats, which is the army I'm gonna bring to the next tournament. So let's see what list I have. Smack, bada bing, bada boom. Here we have the list. And if you haven't seen the list already, either from my list introduction here on the channel, you can now pause here and read all about it. Otherwise, I will highly recommend that you pause now, and if you haven't seen it already, of course, and then just go check out the list introduction if you want to find out more. There I talk a little bit about the tactic behind the list and what I'm expecting from it and ambitions and so on. Anyway, guys, let's jump into the battle report. But first, let's see who our opponent is this time. Yeah, okay. I know that army intro was maybe a little too long, but man, I was so in the mood with that song. I just found this shit out. Ain't it awesome? It's like yeah. Alright, never mind, I just digress. Okay, so my friend here, he's playing the Mongols, even called Makhar, and that doesn't say me anything. So except for the general stuff, of course. And for starters, it seems like he has a Wisdom Master here with Path of Pyromancy, Binding Scroll, Magical Heirloom. That says us a lot, though. And Pyromancy is one of the tools that can handle my army, so I'm a little bit afraid of that. Magical Heirloom, I think his ratio spell, which I learned by playing with him, of course, is that he puts a vortex in front of you. And it's like, anyway, a round template, and then if you pass through it or just touch it, then all those models that go through it or touches it has to take dangerous train, either 2 or 3 depending on which version he puts there. Anyway, and then for his arm general, he has a Makhar something, I won't even try to pronounce, on a horse with paired weapons, Hero's Heart, Spirit of the Herd, doesn't say me anything, Tural Radiance Headdress. As far as I remember, that thing gave him terror and made him have distracting. So, and I think he had like a 1+ arm save or something like that. And yeah, he was a beast. That's what I remember anyway. He has a crap ton of attacks with like lightning reflexes, hatred, maybe. Well, he was really annoying anyway. And then, okay, so for core, I guess, 12 horse archers, champion standard bearer, Aider icon. And then he has 12 Makhar lancers, a big ass unit of medium type of knights that has fighting extra ranks. And the Wasteland Torch gives him the option to burn a terrain piece and make it a ruin instead, and also gives the unit Ruin Strider, so it can be quite handy. Then for Chaff, he has 3x5 step wolves, which are just basic wolves. And then he also had 23 Tamir vessels, I think I pronounced it right, with bows and throwing weapons, and also their Aider icon. And that's it, I guess. Full command also. And then he has Karkadan Herd. Think they are the old, let's see now what they're called, Juggernauts, I think, from the Warhammer world. They're almost the same. They do a crap ton of impact hits, that's what I remember, and with pretty high strength. Anyway, then he also have some Makhar chariots, which are like semi-hard chariots. It's like light chariots that with toughness 4, strength 4, I think it was, D6 impact hits. But it has 4 crewmen that has strength 6 of the charge with lance. And they are the ones that you will have to watch out. Anyway, then he has a Turtle Tutorial Hunter. It doesn't say me anything. I have no idea what that is. Then he has also a Steppe Mammoth with Rally Around the Flag, so I guess that's a big monster that gives the Battle Standard Bear buff to everybody that is within 18 inches of it. And a Mammoth, I guess, maybe 6 wounds, toughness 6, something like that, strength 6, usually something like that, big monsters have, so something to watch out for. So what do I think about the list? Zero clues. I have never faced this armor before. I didn't even know they existed before this game, so it was a big surprise to me. So yeah, we will have to see how this goes. Okay guys, let's jump right into the battle report and see how it went. Alright, so here we have the layout of the table, and for starters we are playing marching columns, which is the one where you get to have a deployment zone of 12 inches forward, and then you have to pick a short board edge and then drop your units in a single line from that board edge, unless it is a character, war platform, or a war machine, and scouts of course. And as for secondary objective, we had capture flags, and accordingly to my buddy here, Makhar has a problem with scoring units. So he has only 2 units in this game, which are the big knight block here and his little infantry unit here. And that means that you as an opponent get to choose one of his units to be one of them you need to kill, and I picked one of the dogs here. And that's about it. So we had a roll-off, and I won the roll-off on who picks the side. I choose this side. After that, he went first and wanted to start dropping his units. He chose the bottom right corner here to start dropping his units from. And then he dropped 2 units of wolves, I think it was. No, 1 unit of wolves. I dropped 1 unit of night runners over here. I will show you close up soon. Then he dropped his big night block. Somewhere around here. This picture is taken after Vanguards, by the way, and he Vanguards with almost everything he has in his army. He besides the infantry block here and his Karkadans over here, and the ambushing chimera, whatever it's called nowadays. So that's it. Anyway, after he dropped his night block, I dropped some plagues and spears over there. Then he dropped his infantry unit here, and that meant I knew where his big pyromancer is going. So I dropped Roger the rat over here, far away from that pyromaniac. After that, he told me, "Alright, I'm gonna drop the rest to go first." And for his deployment then, he has some Vanguard of Wolves down here that are his one of the units that I need to kill. Then some more Vanguarding Wolves here, running towards me to chef me. Then some knights with his general in it. And he has made this hill, whatever, it was supposed to be a forest, but then he trashed that with the wasteland torch, so now it's a ruin. And after that, he has his pyromancer with his infantry unit that has bows and throwing weapons. Then he has some vanguard and horse archers. Then 2 units of light chariots. Then some Karkadans, and behind the hill over here, a little wolf unit. So let's look at some close-ups. Here are the wolves that I need to kill up in their bottom, in the right corner. Then for his vanguarded Mongol knights. This is how they looks like. I love the theme on this army, being Mongols and all that. Here is his horse archers, really good one. Alright, so for the rats deployment then. Alright, from my bottom left corner, I think it will be then. Some night runners, plagues and spears, Roger the rat. Then Forsten and his bodyguards. Here we can see it better. And then behind them, 2 plague claw catapults, then 2 doomweeds next to him, then my plague pendulum with the fat one and fat and friends and all them, and the BSB in there as well. And then here a little plague sensibility dart. I almost forgot what it was called now. Right, so let's just take a quick look on what spells we took, and then let's jump into the battle report. So for Forstan, he has Awaken the Rats, Mighty Unbeliever, Hand of Heaven, and Trial of Fate. Yeah, that's right, no comment this game either. I just couldn't be arsed to pick new cards. That was about it. And besides, the comment won't work so much against such a mobile army such as this. So yeah, I thought this was better. And also the snipe here is for his general mainly. And his pyromaniac, none of them are having a ward save. So that is really nasty for him. And for the fat one, he took the Stinky Breath, which is an awesome spell against teams such as this. That doesn't have so high of toughness, but have a high armor save. So against elves and such as this, it's just awesome. And yeah, his spells are the cards here that he has. Well, it's just pieces of paper that he has written on. So I didn't take a picture of it. But as far as I remember, he took Pyroclastic Flow, Flaming Swords, his racial spell, Fireball, and Cascading Fire. That's it. Alright, guys, so Mongols, turn 1. Okay, so this is how it looks like after Mongols movement, turn 1. And what he did was basically vanguard with everything and then just stand put almost. What he have done here is that he has taken his horse archers 12 inches far from the plague pendulum. He just wants to frenzy check them so they do something stupid. Then his front arc of the knights are the model here. He didn't just want to put the entire unit on top of the hill here so they fall over and break. Then he's just moving the wolves here further down to the corner. He doesn't want to use them at all against me since they are worth a scoring point. And then he's basically just re-angling all his stuff to look at me down here in the corner. Yeah, we are just having a sort of Mexican standoff here. And this is about it. Then we go into his magic phase, turn 1. And sneaky Mongols are getting the number 7 spell card, it seems like. So the first thing he does is that he throws Fireball on one of my Plague Claw catapults, which I can't allow, so I dispel that. After that he tries for a Pyroclastic Flow, I think it was, on one of my Doom Wheels, and does maybe 1 wound. If he does 1 wound, I think I saved it. And after that he threw Flaming Swords on, I can't remember if it was this unit or the Horse Archers. Either one of them anyway. And that was his magic phase. Then we go to his shooting phase. And what he does here is that he plinks in combined with the magic phase and all his shooting 3 wounds to one of my Doom Wheels, which sucks, but hey, it's better than that he killed it, which I was afraid of first. Oh yeah, also, I have totally forgot about it, but this base here is a mammoth. He's proxying it as a mammoth, and I'm really sorry about it, but he's working on that model right now, so and he didn't bring it to this game, so I'm sorry to say it. And also a couple of his units aren't fully painted, and I apologize for it as well. So sorry about that, guys. And the mammoth doesn't have Vanguard either, so yeah. Just worth noting. Anyway, guys, that was his entire phase 1. So off to turn 1. Rats! Alright, so this is how it looks like at the start of turn 1. Rats! And the first thing we do is that we frenzy check my Plague Bonks here. And we passes it. And then we baits for a while, and since the Doom Wheel is already damaged, and I think the Horse Archers have Flaming Swords on top of it, I was debating if I wanted to go in with the Doom Wheel or not, and I was like, fuck it, no, I can't. But I have to protect my Plague Claw catapult somehow, since otherwise these Horse Archers will just stand here and shoot flaming arrows on one of them. And they are the best thing I have right now against this army. They are just great to take care of low toughness units with high armor save. So I have to protect them with all I have. So we debate for a while, and then we take the plague monks anyway and charges his horse archers, which gives him the option to stand and shoot. And also, since he's Mongols, they have a special army rule that makes him able to stand and shoot, and then he can flee as a charge reaction. So first he stand and shoots, and then he flees. But if he does so, then he flees with a minimized roll. But that's what he does, and he kills a couple of plague monks in the attempt, and then he flees like 10 inches over here. Yeah, so he flees pretty far behind the mammoth. And that means that the plague monks just does a failed charge, and after that we moves up with the rest like this. We have no more charges. So the plague Sensibilis just moves towards his night bus. Since I just want to have him charging them, because if he does, he will die with a couple of them, and they aren't worth so much anyway. So. After that, we move up with both Doom Wheels. They split up and take one flank each. Roger the fucktard goes into the Plague Sensibilis here, and just to zone out this left flank and protect it as good as I can. And the rest of my line just stays put. Then we go into the magic phase. Alright, so I can't remember exactly what card I got in the magic phase, but we got a bunch of dice, that's what I remember. And the first thing we do is that we get off Awaken the Rat on this unit and does 4 wounds to it, which makes him take a panic check that he passes. And after that, we threw in a Hand of Heaven on this unit as well and does 6 more wounds. Yeah, that was totally sick. And yeah, this unit is pretty offline right now. It only has 2 wounds left on it, so yeah, I wasn't that happy about it. And after this, we open up with the shooting, and oh yeah, total smackdown on this night bus. Oh, well, it sucks to be Mongol right now. One of the catapults hits with a direct hit and kills a crap ton of Mongols. And then the second one gets a partial hit as well, and yeah, throws some extra salt on top of that wound. And yeah, this unit isn't feeling that great after that. He wasn't that happy about this, and I feel his pain. Yeah. But he passed the panic check though. Always something. Alright, so for the rest of the shooting then, both Doom Wheels opens up on this chariot unit and kills off one of them. And the Night Runners aren't in range for anything, so that's about it. So I gotta say, a very successful turn 1 for the rats. And yeah, that goes off to Mongols turn 2. Right, so what my Mongol bandit does first is that he takes his chariot here and then charges my red Doom Wheel. After that, he also does a charge with the second chariot unit here into my green Doom Wheel. And then he has had enough of the bullshit with his night bus and charges my chaff unit of Plague Sensibilis. I really don't know exactly why he wanted to do that. And then also the wolves charge the Plague Sensibilis unit as well. So both of them go into the Plague Sensibilis, and that's all his charges. So he starts off rolling for the single chariot here, fails the charge, and then he rolls for the other chariot unit, and bada bing, bada boom, smack, right into the Doom Wheel. So that's good for him. And here we can see the failed charge from the second chariot. And of course this wasn't a hard charge to make at all, so he just smacks in there with both his units into my little chaff, Plague Sensibilis. After that, he calls for the Chimera to help him out, and it comes in ambushing from my board edge. So yeah, that's good for him. Can always need some extra help. After that, he stays put with the rest of his line, and he also rallies with the horse archers. And he moves up a couple of more inches with his infantry unit here, but that's about it. So then we go into his magic phase, and he gets a great spell card, the number 5 spell card. And the first thing he does is that he threw Fireball at my Plague Core catapult here and does 3 wounds to it, so that fucking sucks. After that, this sneaky bastard Mongol does another sneaky move, which is he throws his ratio spell right in front of my Plague Monks here, and it's the big version, which means that if I go in there I will take Dangerous Terrain free. Yeah, that sucks. After that, he tries for a Flaming Swords on this chariot unit, which I dispel. Then he tries for a cascading fire here on my plague sensibiers, but either I dispel it or he fails the spell attempt, and that is his magic phase. Then we go into his shooting phase. And this angry Mongol herd starts to shoot up my plague monks and kills a couple of them, like I think it was 4 or 5 or so. Then also the horse archers here that have rallied goes for my plague monks as well and kills 1, 2, 3 or so more. And that is all his shooting. Then we go into the combat. And he wanna go for this combat first. He goes in, does 1 wound on the impact hits, then we strike at the same time. And I kill off another chariot with the doom wheel, and he has taken 1 wound here, it seems like. So this chariot is down to 3 wounds left, but then he kills me off with his crew. So yeah, poor little doom wheel. But I didn't expect it to survive that, and anyway, so yeah, that sucks, but hey. Then we go into this combat over here, and this is how it goes. We, my little plague sensibilier swings at the first before him, since I have initiative 10 on the toxic hits, that is. So I take 6 of them and throw them all on his unit and kills off 4 knights. Yeah, that's right, 4 knights, which he wasn't that happy about. And then I take the 2 other ones and kill off maybe a wolf or so with them. Then his warlord strikes before me and kills, I think it was 6 plague sensibiliers or so. And then I go back at him and kills a wolf or so. Maybe it was, can't remember exactly. We will see on the next picture. Yeah, alright, this is how it looks like after. So I killed 4 knights and a wolf with my little shaft unit. Yeah, so I think that was pretty worth it. So then he does a sneaky move though. He overruns for the general and the champion lancer that he has left, but then he reforms the dogs to make sure that I need to frenzy check my plague monks again. And since he has put his nasty dangerous train spell here in front of them, he's hoping for me to fail this, of course. That will mean a crap ton of dead plague monks. So yeah, that's not good. Alright, then we go into rats, turn 2. Right, so rats turn 2, and the first thing we do is of course frenzy check, and once again we pass it, so thank God for that. So then we have absolutely 0 charges, but what we do instead is that we put on the advance here with the plague pendulum. We see an opening here for his pyromancer, and we just wanna head straight for him to kill him off. And after that we turn the doom wheel 360 around, well, 180 around, sorry, me and angles. And yeah, we need to do that to protect the plague claw catapults, as said. And that's why we need to shoot off this chariot that has come in my backline. And after that, yeah, this is what we do. We just stay put with the rest. Pretty boring of me, maybe, but we can't just let that big Karkadon unit come up and charge me with an easy charge and do all those impact hits. I have too much respect for that unit. Alright, so then we go into the magic phase. Yeah, here we can see the plague monks move up towards his pyromancer. Okay, so in the magic phase, I need to stick on this picture because otherwise I will spoil what happens after. We start off by getting off Smite the Unbeliever on these horse archers. And after that we try for a Trial of Fate on his general, which he dispels. He threw all his dice at that, I think it was. After that we try for a Hand of Heaven on his chariot here, and thus either he dispels it or we do absolutely no wounds. And I think I did also a Awaken the Rat on that chariot unit, but I failed the spell attempt. So yeah, it was a pretty poor magic phase overall. But then the catapult opens up again and smack! Yeah, that sucks to be Mongol. It fucking sucks bad to be Mongol right now. Yeah, we kill a bunch of them again with a catapult hit. And well, he passes his panic check though, since he has his ghost mammoth here. Yeah, you can barely see it, can you? Okay, so then we go into the continuation of the shooting phase, and the doom wheel here opens up on his chariot and rolls 1, 2, 3, which means 3 misses, and once again those fucking doom wheels keeps on failing me so bad. I don't even know why I have them. They are like cursed or something. Fucking sucks. Yeah, I hate them. I really do. Right, so that sucks really, really, really much because that means that that chariot has a free charge to clip both my catapults now in the next turn. And well, I did all I could to stop it. I think also I threw Awakened Rat on this unit, but failed 6 on dice, which he might have actually dispelled it though, but whatever. The Hand of Heaven threw on this chariot also, it wasn't on the other one, and then the do with everything just failed this turn. Yeah, so that sucks. Alright, so then we go into Mongols turn 3. So the luckiest chariot alive charges my little catapult, and this shouldn't even be able to happen, but it does. So it really pisses me off. After that, he moves up with his general and the champion Makhar Lancer that he has left. Feeling no danger at all from my crappy doom wheels, it seems like. And then the big flying chimera comes up towards me as well, with zero fucks given about the doom wheel also, it seems like. And the rest of his line is staying put. He moves backwards with the Makhar infantry here. Horse archers, I can't really exactly remember what they do, but we see on the next picture. Corcodons just stay put here as well, and same goes for wolves. We are just having this Mexican standoff. And yeah, well, I don't know who's winning that actually. Okay, so after that we go into his magic phase, and what he does is that he throws fireball on the second catapult, which I let go, and then he rolls a 6 on the number of hits, and this is his 2 wound roll. Yep. Those fucking catapults really, really doesn't like fireball now, do they? And if you follow my battle reports, you all know that this happens to me like every second battle report or so. If the opponent has a fireball or some cheeky little D6 magic missile, they will just torch my catapults with one of them. Yeah, yeah. You can see it here. Fucking failure. Alright, so after that he throws some other sneaky crap on my other doom wheel. I can't remember exactly what. Either that or he shoots it up with something. Anyway, he does 2 wounds to the second doom wheel, and that's his magic phase. Oh yeah, then in his shooting phase it seems like he has killed a couple more plague monks, like 5, 6 or so, more of them. Here you can see it. Alright, so as a big surprise to you all, the chariot actually kills the catapult. Yeah. No, well, not really well. So yeah, both catapults are down, and that fucking sucks. Then he turns around the chariot, so it looks like this, and then we move into Rats turn 3. And this is after movement for Rats turn 3. Roger goes back. He's hungry and he needs something to eat, so he's looking for that chimera or the chariot or something like that. The Night Runners just stays put here, and my Plague Sensor Bears protects this flank as well. And then I turn around the Stormworm in 360 because I can't have all this crap in my rear. No, sir. And then we moves up with the Doom Wheel to go straight for his General and his Makhar champion there. And yeah, that's about it. And the reason why behind that is, well, we have 2 options here. Either we go up and give him an easy charge with the Corcodons into my Doom Wheel, or we go up here and give him like 20 different options to charge the Doom Wheel. And I just can't let him do that. And the most valuable thing he has down here right now is the General. So, and yeah, so that is my focus right now. After that, we move up with the Plague Monks. 0 fucks given here. We need to kill his Pyromancer as soon as possible. So this is what we do. Alright, so then we go into the magic phase. This is how it looks like from another angle before we go into the magic phase. Okay, so what we do first? Well, one of the things we do is that we get the Stinky Breath on my Plague Pendulum here. Which is always nice because I need to torch some horse archers in front of me. Then we try for a Trial of Fate on his general here, which he dispels. That's what he was expecting, so not much to do about that. After that, we throw in a Hand of Heaven on his chariot here, and he lets it go, but only does 1 wound to him. Yeah, so that sucks so bad. I was expecting that chariot to be dead by now. Alright, so, and that's all we do in the magic phase. And then we go into the shooting phase, and yeah, that breath totally obliterated his unit. He has 1 horse archer left though, and he passed that panic check. So yeah, so it still sucks because that horse archer is doing the exact same thing as the entire unit did, still chaffing me. So yeah, but it was nice to see some more Mongols die. Alright, so we need to stick on this picture for a little bit, but because first, now I need to have a big conversation with this fucking Doom Wheel. These motherfuckers have failed me so many games in a row now. It's just starting to get sickening. It's like, why do I even have them in the list? Come on. I don't know. As soon as I'm gonna roll a dice for the Doom Wheel, it's like a 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, it's just hilarious. So anyway, I lean down and I say this.
You don't do it convincingly, I take you out back and I run my fucking tractor over your head the rest of the day.
Right, so after that little pep talk, we gather the dice and we roll everything to hit his general and his champion, of course. And we hit 2 times. We roll for the champion, we kill the champion, and then we roll for the general. We wound the general and smack! 5 on the D3 roll, and we kill the general. So hell yeah! You just need to put some pressure on those fucking Doom Wheels, then finally they get it. Score 1 to the Doom Wheel. And yeah, that's like score 1 after 10,000 games or so. Yeah! Alright, so that's all for Rats turn 3. Then we go into Mongols turn 4. So with that major loss, my Mongol friend is trying to do some sneaky moves. I don't really know what he's doing right now with the chariot here, but he threw it down here. Yes, just to get away. And then the Chimera jumps over here and places himself here. Then he takes his dog and throws them up here also to make sure that they will get in my way soon as well and just chaff me. Then also, you can't barely see it, but he takes his dogs here also and moves up very aggressively on the left flank, and the same goes for his Karkadans. They start to put some pressure on my rear here. Then we go into his magic phase and he gets the number 8 spell card, which you can see here in a better picture. So what he starts to do is that he starts to throw a crap ton of spells on my Plague Monks and starts to kill a bunch more. Now we only have, let's see, now we are down 2 ranks it seems. And he also, you can't barely see it, but he has thrown that. No, actually I dispelled that this time. Yeah, he tried that rage spell that he has with 4 dice, but I dispelled that one. But he threw in some flaming crap on me instead, and then he shot me also and killed a bunch of Plague Monks. And that's about it. That his turn 4, so off to turn 5 rats. So the first thing we do is that we take Fat and Friends and charges his chaffing horse archer. That little bastard needs to die. And then we moves up, we moves the Doom Wheel 18 inches away from the Chimera. And so we are getting ready to shoot some arrows with it. And then we, let's see now, we reform Torsten and goes up this way also with him. To move away from his Karkadans, it seems like. And also to shoot away his chaffing wolves here, because otherwise they will just chaff me the next turn. And I really want to kill his Pyromancer. That's my main goal right now. And as you guys can see, Roger goes into the flank of his chariot here, and then we try to flee away with the Night Runners here, because they are worth a scoring point, and we can't let his Karkadans kill them so easily. And that's about it. Then we go into the magic phase. This picture just because he's done a big death pile of crap around here, and his scoring wolves are right in the middle of it. He's just trying to pretend that they aren't there. It's like, what? Do I have a scoring unit here in my death pile of Mongols? No. Do I? I don't know what you're talking about. So yeah, I can see you, wolves. I can fucking see you. Right, so in the magic phase, first thing we do is get off a Trial of Fate on the Chimera. But I think we do a wound or so on it actually, but not much. we do a wound on the Chimera. But then the most important thing is we got a hand of heaven on the dogs because he dispelled the awakened rat. And well, he actually used his binder scroll, I think it was this turn on Awaken the Rat. And but we get off Hand of Heaven anyway with a crap ton of dice and a Warstone token. And he tried to spell it, failed, so, and then I rolled like a 6 on the number of hits, which is 7, and then we threw, like, I think we got 4 on the strength, and I just blasted these wolves into smithereens. So, hell yeah. Then we go into the combat phase, and Roger has eaten his breakfast now, and is really happy about it. Chariot Mongol to breakfast. Nom nom nom, chummy. And then the fat one ate a Mongol as well, so but he's just that was just an appetizer, so now he's turning around to look at his Mongol herd. He's wanting more. But it seems like the Chimera survived all the barrage from both spells and the Doomwheel, so the Chimera is still alive. But my little Night Runners here shoots up the wolves and makes them flee. No, it wasn't like that at all. I charged the wolves with my Plague Sensor Bears and he chose to flee, that's why. And then they end up over here. And that's it. Okay, so then we go into Mongols turn 5, and what he do is that he takes his mammoth and places it in front of my plainwalks. And I'm gonna be totally honest with you guys, I had almost forgot about the mammoth since it's just 2 bases, so it's really hard to remember that that's actually a mammoth. After that he tries to rally the dogs, but they fail their rally check and flees off the board. But then it's off picture though, but he charges my Plague Sensor Bears with his Karkadans, and the Plague Sensor Bears are lined up so he can get a nice juicy flank charge on Roger as an overrun. Which he gets here. Yeah, that sucks. So he gets into Roger's flank, and yeah, this is actually after my movement, but we will talk about that later. So okay, we stick on this picture a little bit. So what he has done now is that he has shafted me with a mammoth up at his pyromancer, and then he's just throwing all he has with shooting weapons and all that crap onto my plague monks, and then he's throwing pyromancy spells on them as well. All he has, and he's killing a crap ton of them, and then he killed all my plagues and Siberis with his Karkadans and overran into Roger, and then we go off to Rats turn 5. Alright, so what we did here is that we counter-charged with the Doomwheel into the Karkadan's flank, and then we took the Plague Monks, of course, and charged into his Mammoth. And why there are so few of them left is because, of course, he got that fucking Ratio spell off, which means a crap ton of Plague Monks died from Dangerous Terrain. And yeah, that fucking sucks. And all his shooting, of course, has done a big dent to me as well. And that's about it. So then we go into Magic Phase. And we get off Smite the Unbeliever, which lowers the let's see now. The strength on the Karkadans. So they only have strength 4 now when they go into Roger. And then we might have thrown a Weakened Rat or something somewhere. And that's about it. Then we go into the combat phase because we don't have any shooting anymore. All the shooting is dead right now. Since he has killed my Night Runners with, let's see now. He killed the Night Runners with... Sorry, I'm just mumbling. No, he hasn't killed the Night Runners. They are still there. But he goes in with all the impact hits anyway. And with the impact hits and all his hits and everything, he does 5 wounds to Rogers. Rogers is down, 1 wound left. Ouch, that sucks. But then after the impact hits, I go first. So I go back and I kill a crap bunch of Karkadans. I think I kill, let's see now. Seems like I either killed them down to that last Karkadan, or he had like 1, 2 left or something like that, and then he fled from the combat resolution and Roger overran and grabbed them. Well, both of my units actually grabbed, and both of them have 1 wound left. So hell yeah! And then, as no surprise, my pendulum just smashes the mammoth and destroys it completely. So this is what we have left though. Then we, re-angles and looks at his Mongol herd, and now finally can we have the smackdown. We also moves up with Forster and friends because yeah, we need to hunt down those fucking wolves in the corner. They are worth a scoring point. So right now we have actually just killed one scoring unit from him, and he hasn't killed any of me though. But my plague wounds are severely damaged, so it's just a matter of time before they will be of this earth no more. Okay, so Mongol turn 6, and what he does, well, he just backs off a couple of inches, and then he goes for the magic phase, and he once again tries for that fucking the dangerous train Rachel spell thing, and I dispel that, and then he throws, let's see now, a fireball onto the doom wheel here, and yeah, he just barely has range enough to cast it, and of course he gets it off and kills it. Sucks. And after that he has no more magic. That was about it. Since I have magic resistance 3 on this unit, it's pretty hard for him to cast spells on it as well. So then we go into Rats turn 6, last turn of the game. And yeah, I've hunted down this unit the entire game, and I know this is actually a really crappy and dumb move, because right now we are clearing the objective. We have killed one scoring unit of him, he hasn't killed any of me, and we have some plague monks still left here. So what I actually should do is try for a frenzy check stick, and then don't go in. And we do that actually. We take the frenzy check and we passes it on a 6 rerollable. But then we say to him like, hey, fuck it, it's just a friendly game, let's have some fun, let's go in and kill some Mongols. So we do the charge, and yeah, then it looks like this. And well, then we go into the combat phase, the magic phase. We throw Smite the Unbeliever on him, he dispels it, and then we don't have so much more spells. Yeah, we get the breath weapon up on the Plague Pendulum, and that's about it. Then we go into the Mongol, to the combat phase, and then it's just smash. Let's see now. So okay, this is before the combat. This is all I have left, and yeah, we go in and we kill a crap bunch of Mongols, but he kills the rest of my unit. Sucks. So what I have left is my Plague Pendulum, my BSB, that's about it. He killed my entire unit. I kill like half his unit or so, but then he has a leadership of 8 with no reroll, and he passes that leadership, and the game ends here. So yeah, let's look at the result. Oh, it ends up a 15-5 to Rats, and mainly because I sacrificed my Plague Monks at the end there, which was maybe not the best move, but cares, just a friendly game anyway, and the game was over no matter what. It was just a difference in points, and it doesn't really matter. I wanted to try out if my playing ones could kill them also, and I had been chasing that damn mongrel unit the entire game, so I was finally just, yes, now I can have them at least. But yeah, and I also failed to kill the pyromancer, so he has the pyromancer left, and I think it was half, or either half or the full unit, but I killed the rest of his entire army. So yeah, that was it. So anyway guys, thank you all for watching, and as always, if you like the video, then please press the like button, and if you haven't done so already, then I suggest you subscribe to the channel if you find the content good enough. Anyway guys, until we see each other the next time, I say to you all, have a good one, and peace.